Hey YouTube, today we will be doing a DIY tutorial on no-bake cheesecake stuffed strawberries. What you will need: freshly washed strawberries. Don't worry if your leaves look a little wilted like this. We're going to discard them. A paring knife, a scoop. If you don't have a scoop, you can still use the paring knife to get the inside of the strawberry. We will be using Jello's no-bake cheesecake, and for this recipe we recommend that you use whole milk instead of 2% or skim. A piping bag. On our piping bag we actually have a Wilton's 21 tip. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. And don't discard the graham cracker crust. We're going to use that as well. Alright guys, let's get started. Okay, we have our strawberry. We're going to start with our paring knife. We're just going to gently take the top off. We don't want to take too much off because we would still like a good presentation of our berry. We'll discard that. And with my scoop, the small end actually, and you can pick this up at Walmart or I don't know, maybe Bed Bath & Beyond. I got mine at Walmart. It was very efficient, cost effective. You're going to slowly and carefully take out the middle of the strawberry as much as you would like. And you want to be real gentle when doing this because it's very easy to pierce the sides of the strawberry. You don't want to go too deep because we still need some at the bottom. And as you guys can see, this is a really juicy strawberry. We just had Mother's Day, so these are pretty abundant. They're a very good size, and they're left over from that. Now, we have it hollowed out. That is actually, in here is where we will be putting our cheesecake. But before we insert the cheesecake, we're going to take our berries and flip them upside down. Cut off just a small portion of the tip, as this may help it stand if you would like your berries to stand as such. Of course, it's going to fall over on me because I said that. Okay, so here we go with our piping bag. And again, this is number 21 tip. We're just going to squeeze gently. As we come out, we're lifting up a little bit more. And there you go. So once we're done with our strawberries, we're going to take the graham cracker crust. I told you guys not to discard. And we're going to lightly drizzle some. And if you're using a star tip, an open star, it makes a very nice impression, and you get your graham cracker crust down in between the grooves. It really makes a nice presentation, whether it's for your family or for a client. And it stands up just like that. All right, guys, again, we're working on our second strawberry. And if you have like a little excess, just go ahead and cut it off and make it, try to get it flush with the rest of it. Again, we'll take the scoop, lightly go down inside. And actually this one is bigger than this strawberry, but it made a pretty decent hollowing, a good start for me to be able to take the paring knife, go in and clean it out. And there we go. So again, we're going to take our number 21 Wilton's tip in our piping bag, and we're going to go down in the bottom and gently squeeze. Gently lifting as we come out. We're going to take our cheesecake crumbs again and garnish just lightly take a pinch or two and garnish the top of your strawberry. Uh-oh, I think I skipped a step. On our first strawberry, we cut the bottom just a little bit to help it stand on its own for presentation reasons. Not that your strawberries have to stand. They're great either way. And we'll put this over here with our first one. All right, guys, we're going to do a couple. We'll come back. I'll show you how to drizzle without using a piping bag. Pretty cost effective, pretty easy going. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're back. So, giving it some thought, we finished up the cheesecake berries. We put them in the refrigerator to set up the cheesecake for about 15 to 25 minutes. Right now is your time to work on your presentation. If it's for a friend, a family member, a client, any of those things, going that extra mile is what really gets you recognized. As I do with my work, sometimes it's the little stuff that sets you apart from someone else. So everything that I'm going to show you is pretty cost effective, meaning you could use it for more than one order. Right here, I have some shredded decorative sheets from the Dollar Tree. They come in a lot of different colors. It kind of just depends on the holiday as well as where you live. Again, Dollar Tree, just $1. You could use them for gift bags. You could use them for some other things. What I'm actually going to do is put them at the bottom of this pan as a liner. The pan as it is looks very plain. Let's call it plain. Plain Jane. So you take your little shredded decorative paper and you're going to throw a little in there. A little more than this, of course, but ultimately what you want is to leave some room so that your berries will be in there as well. But you want to start with a real little amount, I'm sorry, and we'll figure out. I only did 6 berries. This is a 8-inch pan, I believe. I got it at the Dollar Tree. It might be 6 inches, I'm not sure. However it goes, it's going to hold more than the 6 berries we just did. I also have cupcake liners. They're the mini cupcake liners. Some of our berries are big because we do like to go to Sam's Club. And right now we were having a shortage of berries and I was able to get in abundance for Mother's Day. So this video is being run with some of the leftovers of those berries that were chosen for Mother's Day. Also, as I said earlier, I would show you guys how to drizzle without using a piping bag. Right here, I have a regular Ziploc. It's not zipped or anything, and it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, maybe 20 pieces of Wilton's light cocoa candy melt. I'm going to pop it in the microwave for 30 seconds to begin with. I'm going to take it out, figure out if it's melted. If it's not, it goes back in the microwave at 15-second intervals. Sometimes it does not take the whole 15 seconds. I will also say what a lot of people don't say. When you're using your microwave varies. You always want to make sure you start off on 50% power so you do not scorch your chocolate, whether it's white, whether it's dark. There's no coming back. You'll have to make a whole new batch. You'll be upset and it stinks. No one loves that smell at all. Okay, so what we're going to do here while the berries are setting up in the refrigerator, we'll go ahead and get ready for the drizzling of the chocolate, and I'll go warm that and I'll be right back. All right, YouTube, this is 30 seconds. It is not actually melted, and the white stuff that you are now seeing in there is a very small amount of shortening mixed with some of the chocolate to keep it from scorching. What I'm going to do is put it back in for another 15 seconds. All right, so now everything is melted. I will be working it together to make sure all the pieces of the candy melt got melted correctly and it's a good consistency. Okay, now that the chocolate is melted, I've worked it over in the bag. It's a good consistency. It's very warm. You can see that it's all together. All the pieces are melted. What I'd like to do is, first of all, make sure my bag is secure. I get all the air out, make sure it's sealed correctly. I take one edge of the bag and go straight down, and I fold it over. So actually what you are making is kind of a piping bag of sorts. So we're folding it into a triangle, releasing all the chocolate that is trapped at the top. And we're going to fold it a second time as well. And we want to keep all the chocolate together at the bottom because it helps keep it warm, as well as it's just easier to work with. I like to twist. Some people use a rubber band or a twist tie, like the kind you find on your bread or something. At the tip of the baggie, you want to push your chocolate back. I always try to use my fingers as a guide to as much I might want to cut, but you want to cut a real small part off the tip. A lot of people actually cut sideways. I find if I cut at an angle, it does not work for me. On a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, I like to see what the thickness of my cut is. I'm okay with this. If you're not, you could always cut again. On my tray, I am now going to drizzle the strawberries, starting at the bottom, one side to another, back and forth, all the way up. Some of our cheesecake has fell out, and I'll come all the way back down. And we're going to do it again on your next one. I like to leave room in between my berries so that the chocolate can drizzle down on the other side. Get a little bit on the cheesecake itself so you get that rich flavor as well as some good chocolate. And you kind of just want to go back and forth from side to side on all your berries, all the way up and through. This is actually one of my worst drizzles. I do apologize. The consistency of the chocolate is great. I just don't really have enough room to work with. If you look at your chocolate and you see spaces that you don't want to see, you could always go back in, like on this one. There's a whole space. Go over once, lift up. On this side again, go over once, come back. That is how we actually fill it in. These are starting to set at this end. These will take probably about 7 minutes because it is cheesecake. We're going to set it back in the refrigerator and we'll be back. Okay, we have let our cheesecake and our chocolate set up in the refrigerator for 15 minutes. And this is our end result. This is our finished product. As I said, presentation is everything. We took the minimum amount of paper and put in here and left room for our mini cupcake liners. And that's what our berries are sitting on. Everything seems to be proportionate in size. But what happened was when I went to stand my berries up, they were so huge, they were top heavy. So I just felt it was best to go ahead and lay them down. They were heavy, as with the cheesecake and the berry itself. So you guys go ahead and let me know how you think we did. Or feel free to tag us and show us your creations. Thank you.